Welcome to Studio Chatter. The summer heat is here. How are you keeping your cool?
That's a good question, Natasha. How are you keeping your cool?
Well, Pete's keeping us nice and cool here with the AC down to -0.
It definitely
do feel like
works.
the Antarctic.
It's an ice box. I think it feels great.
Really?
Yes.
So you must be out in the heat or just running around crazy?
The heat is, I can't do the heat. I'm like, turn up the AC.
Okay, I want to ask
Let's
everyone, what do you keep your AC at? That's a good question.
That is.
I can't go higher than, I mean, the temperature needs to stay 72, 70, but at night it has to be 68 or I can't sleep.
Yeah.
We're at 72.
We're at 72.
Okay, we set ours at 74
Oh,
Wow.
in the middle of the day.
Go you.
But don't you get those statements in the mail where it's like they compare you to your neighbors of how your efficiency is with your
Oh, mine's probably
cooling?
horrible.
And they're always like, you're doing okay, but you're not as good as your neighbor.
Oh.
All of mine, every time we get
I think that
it's
is
for
just
like your electric bill
Yeah.
or
I
your,
don't think
Yeah.
I-
or your,
Is that an
Cell
Argentinian energy
tactic.
thing?
it's, yeah, yeah.
I think with our 3 levels is kind of tricky because that upstairs gets so hot. We
Really?
don't have 2
Yep.
AC units. So I try and like force everything the right way, but yeah,
It is tricky.
it gets tricky.
Who
would be
opens
hard.
their windows at night?
Oh, yes.
I get too stuffy lately. My allergies are bad.
I agree.
Oh,
and I feel like my eyes have been more squinty this
Yeah.
season. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of allergens or pollens out
Yeah,
there.
it's so
Yes.
hot so fast this year.
I did.
Like, if it's not down to a decent temperature by the time you go to bed, you have to keep your windows shut.
Yep. I have not been to a pool yet, though, guys. Have you?
Really?
I went to a couple in Florida
Nice.
a couple weeks ago,
yeah. How
and we
was
did
Florida?
poolside for several days.
That sounds like heaven.
It was. I read a great book. We laid by the pool for 4 hours and we'd go eat at 2 or 3.
That's the life. That's the
How
empty nester
nice.
life.
Empty nester life.
It is.
That's
you have
what
no
you
kids
all-
to chase, just
Yeah.
relaxing.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
It was.
I did put on my swimsuit, laid out in the backyard.
Okay.
I felt like I needed to spray myself off at the hose. I don't know. Baby pool, I need to pull it out.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was
No
hot.
pool for you?
We set up a pool in our backyard. Yeah.
Like a-
so
like a
kids.
big,
above,
deep
one of the
above
big ones?
ground. Yeah,
Oh,
like
nice.
a Costco
Those are so
one.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought one in 2020 when they were shutting everything down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I will go nuts if we're all trapped
Oh, yeah.
and we can't go anywhere. So I bought a pool and we've had it for a
How
few
is it?
years.
So this is the 4th summer, still
Yeah.
in good condition? Do they last a
We've
while?
patched a couple tiny holes.
Okay.
But it's great.
Do you
Where do you
cover
put it? All these questions.
Yes, so we poured a concrete pad on the side of, well, we had one on the side of our house, but it didn't get a lot of sun because it would shade by the time it got really hot in the afternoon. So we poured another concrete pad and we have it there on the right side and it gets a lot more sun. But they have these plastic, it looks like bubble wrap, and it's a pool heater.
Oh.
It legitimately works very well.
And just plugs in?
No, you just put it on the top of your pool. Like
Okay.
it's a cover. It's like a dual, like a cover plus. It just, like your car when the heat comes and it just traps it in
Yes.
there. It traps the heat. We'll lift it up and you'll see steam come up. on our
Nice.
pool.
That's great.
Oh, wow.
Pool
awesome.
party at your house, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
live-in / summit, so yay! I have kids. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Do you have a pass?
We have a pass. We have the tube pass.
Okay, so do you think you'll go every week?
Not me.
But you could drop them off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you
so
feel
the
good
older
about
one
that.
is definitely a drop-off
Okay.
age. So we've done that a couple of times, and then the younger one has been taking swimming lessons this summer. So,
Okay.
so it's not quite to drop-off age yet.
Yeah.
No.
We'll get
Oh,
there.
I miss those days. Those are
I
fun
know.
when you just go take all the kids, go run around, play with
Once once you can just lay there.
Yeah. Once
Be
they're not like,
I'm here,
Yeah.
but not here. I'm just checked out. I'll be over in the lounge
be
chair.
over in the lazy river, I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
They just come back for Dole Whips and your wallet, and then a ride to and from. So
Yep, this is
that's what I'm
true.
learning very quickly.
Yep, the money.
Yes,
That's your purpose in life now. You're just the money
Yep.
tree.
and that's okay. I'm
It
okay
is.
with that.
Okay. Angela, you had a graduation, your first
Yes.
graduation. Then a
Yes.
missionary farewell in a couple weeks or months?
It'll be the end of the summer.
Okay.
He wants to go through the summer, and it's going to be a busy summer.
Okay.
That's fun
And
though.
And then I had another son take frogs and drop them off at the school on the last day of school.
Oh, how was
That
that?
sounds like an oiler.
He stuck them in his pockets and took them into the school and let them go. They let go like 8 or 9 frogs, big toads in the stairwell.
Where did he find a big
At the
toad?
junior high.
I don't even know where to get a
Oh,
frog
my word.
besides at a aquarium, like a
they
pet store.
caught him. There's a place called, I think it's like the Preserve or something out by Utah Lake. And there's a
Okay.
little stream that goes along there. And they caught him, but they told me they were going to fry them up and eat the frog legs.
Oh,
And I was like, well, okay. But instead, they got up and walked. They had a sleepover at a friend's house that lived by the junior high.
And dropped them off.
Instead, we get a phone call from the vice
my
principal that's
goodness.
like, hey, do you want to come get your frogs?
No.
You're like, no, I don't have any.
What frogs? So guess where they're living now? In my backyard, in my pond.
that's
You have a
fun.
pond
Yes,
besides the pool?
yes.
There's so many swimming options over there.
So many
Actually,
swimming
right?
options.
Yes, we are.
If you're a frog, we have a pool for you. If you're a kid, we have a pool for you.
love it.
Well, we've been just doing ball games. Noxie's in full swing baseball, and it's been fun. Fridays and then Mondays, and then dance recitals are kind of done, and yeah, it's been fun. Heading into Miss Utah Week. We're gonna have some
Yeah.
guests coming up.
Yes.
talking about all
So
that
fun.
good stuff.
Well, we actually, I want to say the last time we were all together, we missed your birthday. So happy late
Right.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I can't say you really missed my birthday.
Well,
because
on
you-
air we missed your birthday.
On air, but Angie brought a gift by from all of you. And I even put the lotion on that you guys gave me right before I came. Every time I put it on before bed and I lay down, Chris was like, oh, that's a good smell.
It's a good
Hibiscus
smell. Yep.
From Bath and Body.
Yep.
Yeah.
You feel like you're on vacation?
Yes.
Yes.
And I've taken it, I've been out of town twice since. I'm like, let's take that tube of lotion.
Awesome.
It's yummy.
I love a good lotion.
Yeah. So
Good
thank
smell.
you.
That was
You're
a great
welcome. We love
vacay.
you.
Thank you.
49 and holding.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I thought you were
Never,
younger
right?
than that with
Yeah.
more years of
Oh yeah,
experience.
38 and
Yeah,
holding.
you just have a lot of
For
years
sure.
of experience.
Yeah. Wise. I'm wise.
It's going to be a good show, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really good show.
Well, it's time to get the chatter going. Let's get started. Our first guest has taken a youthful chore and has turned it into a growing business. Welcome Gavin Stewart with Flex Landscaping to the table. Welcome.
Here, Gavin.
Happy to be here.
Gavin.
Now, Gavin, before Gavin was Gavin, I knew your parents, and actually, my husband, Kevin, was best friends with your dad.
Yes.
But then what's funny is we found out that I'm related to your dad. So, in essence, I am related to you, which I'm really proud because you're pretty cool.
You're pretty cool too. So.
It's mutual.
So, anyways, we love the Stewarts. So, this is Gavin Stewart. So, tell us a little background about you and about this cool little business you have.
Okay, so about me, my parents, Jason, Kim, they've done an awesome job at raising me.
Yes.
I like sports, basketball. I get up and play old man ball with my dad.
Old man ball.
Old man ball, yeah.
So
Is
what
that named
age
after
are you as an old man?
I'm not. I'm the guy that they say, you shouldn't be tired. Keep running. So,
You've at least graduated from high school.
yeah, I just graduated from high school this
Congratulations.
This year?
Nice.
Yes.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
and school, Salem?
year. Salem Hills.
Oh,
Nice.
congratulations.
Yeah, so I just graduated, played football. I like doing baseball, but my shoulders don't like it, so I don't play
Dang
baseball
it.
anymore. I know.
You got to keep those for later on.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
You're
I do.
going to need them.
For the Flex.
Yeah, the Flex.
Landscaping.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so when I was a freshman in high school, my dad kept telling me I needed to do something, like go mow lawns or something. He always he was always trying to get me to do it, and then I started doing it, just a few people in the neighborhood. And then sophomore year when I could drive, I got 7 accounts from Spanish to Santaquin. It was pretty good, and then
Do you do it all like on one Saturday? Would you have done that?
yeah, so we did it all on one Saturday. Last year, it was me and my business partner Mason, and we would go. During the summer, we were a little more flexible. We could kind of split it up because we had 20 houses at that point.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And then
So these
when-
are recurring.
Yeah,
You
these
keep
are
going
every
back.
week. 20 houses every single week.
Wow.
And then during football season, we had to do it all on Saturday. So we'd play in a game, and then go to bed, wake up a few hours later, and go work for like 10 hours. So it was kind of
Oh my
miserable.
gosh.
It was fun. It was good. And
So you started with 7 the first year, and you're like, hey, I've
Yeah.
got this. I
Yeah.
want to do more. Did you get your business partner the second year, or how did
yeah,
that
so I had a few people that would help me here and there, and then Mason's just been rock solid ever since last year. So this year we have 50 weekly accounts.
Oh,
My goodness.
yeah.
Right?
So,
So you must
impressive.
do a good job, okay? Because
hope
people
so.
will pay the first time.
Yeah.
But then if they're not like really happy about it, they kind of dwindle out.
yeah.
You're doubling your business every year.
Yes, that's been kind of the game plan, is double or triple every single year. And part of my thing is I don't want to charge outrageous amounts of money for a service that's so simple. I still want to make money, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to cheat people. You know, my grandpa taught me not to do that. So
I love that.
you're such a good kid. Yes.
Yes.
So you obviously have a business plan. So what was your marketing strategy? How did you get 50 accounts?
a lot of door to door, just flyer
Okay.
campaigns. Word of mouth was great. Social media, that kind of thing. But
Did you do it yourself? Did you?
yeah, I manage social media accounts. A lot of people just talk and say, hey, check out this kid. Hey, this kid does a good job. And then me and Mason or me or whoever just go out and pass out flyers,
Awesome.
just knock out a few hundred every day. That's what we did at the start of the season. So
Okay, I
Okay.
want to hear about this Shark Tank.
yes.
What is this all about?
Okay, so the district, Nebo School District, there's a few others, but Nebo has, it's called Invest Nest. And a bunch of local business people donated money and they got to be the judges, like the Sharks.
Okay.
So all of the students had the opportunity to present a business, a product, an idea, just whatever they had. And they presented to these distinguished business people and they judged and decided who moved on to the next round. So the first round was just an elevator pitch. I forgot everything I was supposed to say, but nobody got eliminated, so it was okay.
Oh, we were just looking at your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then the
Golden.
second round was an actual presentation, a few minutes long, and they eliminated some people. We started with like 60, and then that narrowed it down to 10.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was.
Made it to the top 10.
I did make it to the top 10.
Okay.
There was
Okay,
a lot
then
of
after
good
that?
other competition, and
Does
then
it get tricky?
it did get kind of tricky. We went to Spanish Fork High, which is now torn down, but we went to the auditorium and presented to the judges again and a bunch of people, and this was the final round for 10K. So,
Oh.
and I ended up winning that. So, that's
So
pretty
you
cool.
got first place?
I got first
right?
place, yeah.
Right? Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you. And then the following week was the district or the state round against some other kids across the state.
Okay.
And I ended up taking second. But the kid who took
Holy
first
cow.
was a cool kid. He was a cool kid.
So did you get anything out of
Yeah,
that?
so I got 7.5 out of that. So I got 17.5 grand for my business.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
that is impressive.
It's untaxable.
Okay.
That's the best part.
You are a businessman.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
the best part. It's a donation, grant,
So they-
scholarship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you able to buy like a nicer mower or
a truck and
Yes.
a
Did you
trailer?
invest in the business,
Yeah,
or did you
so-
split with your
Or a
partner?
motorcycle.
I mean, of course you need to buy something fun, right? But then.
I thought about a company Xbox or something.
Yes.
Maybe
In
like
the trailer?
yeah, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I ended up buying a work truck. It's an older truck. It's a 07 Dodge, but it does great. Ended up buying that for around 2K. It was a great deal.
Nice.
What a frugal guy.
He's like,
I know,
got all
I
this
love
money,
him.
but I'm going with the 2K truck.
Got some clothes, which I would be wearing, but they're dirty. But we have,
Yeah.
Been working today.
yeah, we have
Because he has
more.
50 accounts.
Yeah, we have more coming soon, but we just did like a little sample, and I wish we would have done more.
Okay.
So we have,
cool.
yeah. So we each have like,
Like your
one.
own
We have
merch?
like one
That's
shirt
fun.
that we
Okay.
use, and then some hats. It's great.
Okay.
So I bought the clothes, and then I already had a trailer with equipment. Last year we bought out. My dad helped me buy out a older company that was done for $5,500 enclosed trailer, ride-on mowers, bunch of commercial equipment, and I just started paying him back for that. So that felt really good.
That's so,
Yeah.
I love the responsible like attitude that you
He's
have.
so mature, right?
Right.
So how are you branching out in the business at all? So you started
Yes.
with lawns. So now what?
Yeah,
Next
so
step.
it was lawns and like area cleanup,
Okay.
just making not good-looking areas look better. Right now we are redoing a yard. We put in drip lines and mulch and all that stuff, tore out a bunch of things. We just asked to do a sod job, lay sod. It's just anything they
Wow.
ask us, we're like, sure.
Oh yes. Where is your number?
So you named it Flex Landscaping.
Yeah,
Is
Flex
that because
Landscaping.
you like roll your sleeves up when you're doing the work and you're like, where did that come
Even
from?
though I'm the model for our logo,
Oh,
Nice.
it's no. It's just I was
Just
thinking like
sounds-
just strong. It was during football. We had I would after our games I'd be, hey, who wants to work? And then some football kids would be like, yeah, sure, I'll work. We got a pretty good crew going, so it was like strong football kids. I guess flex, and then
Yeah.
also we're flexible, you know.
Yeah.
So what are your plans moving forward?
Yeah, just keep working, keep expanding, and then in a couple years go to school. But right now I just need to make sure that the business gets to a place where I can kind of step back.
I love that he just, it's the business.
I love it. You're going to go
He's
far,
18,
man.
he's
I
got
mean,
a
you've already
business.
gone further than most of us did at like 30.
So it is seasonal, right?
Yes.
So what will you do after the summer then?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're still figuring it
Yeah, I
out.
still figuring out. Snow removal is ideal, but like it could be hit and miss. I'll have
Just
to
make a
figure it out.
ton, and then you don't have to work for 6 months.
I know
This
that's
is true.
maybe the
It's like
plan.
reverse school teacher, right?
Maybe go to St. George. You
Or
could do a
St.
few
George.
cleanup jobs there.
I could do some cleanup. in
You
St. George.
could go teach business plans to,
Oh yeah, to the BYU Masters.
I'm not kidding.
This is true.
Some of these sophomores that maybe
He's like, you
need some
guys are
ideas.
crazy.
Yeah.
Gavin, we're impressed.
Yeah.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's pretty impressive.
Beyond
man.
impressed.
Very inspiring.
Yep.
Well
we wish you
done.
all the best. And you're on speed dial. If my husband ever doesn't mow, he's the guy.
So before we
sure.
wrap up, you probably should share with our viewers, how can people get a hold of
Yes.
Yeah, so I have business cards for you guys,
Nice.
but do you just want me to say my number? Or?
you? Yeah, say your number just for people to.
So my number is 385-482-5880.
Okay.
So you can just call or text either one.
I
And
thought
you're
it'd be
on
1-800-FLEX.
Yeah.
You really.
He's going to buy that number
You're
one
gonna
day.
have to buy that
I
one
might.
day.
I should.
Yes.
We also-
1-800
Instagram.
Yeah, we have an
That's great.
Instagram. We have a website, which I need to update. Yeah, but Instagram is good. You can see some of the work we've done. I tried posting some of the stuff we do.
Oh, window wells.
Window wells, yeah. Window
So
wells.
wait,
I
do
paid
you?
a neighbor boy to do that. That's very good because there's some dangerous situations with
Yeah.
a 50-year-old trying to climb in a window well.
Or get out of
Or
one.
get out.
Or if they get out.
I think you'll be getting some calls. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Getting that perfect summer tan is not an easy task, but our next guest has got that figured out. Let's welcome Brooke Erickson with Branded Sunless Studio to the table.
Hello, She has arrived.
Finally, I know.
With the sun, with the
Excited to
summer
be
and the
here.
sun.
And she looks glowy. So
Perfect little, just a little glowy tan.
You get out of the basement sometimes, yeah?
I do, shockingly, not very often, but I do venture out sometimes.
Awesome. Well, let's start there. So, the history of the business.
Yes.
How many years ago?
It started 5 years ago.
Okay.
It'll be 5 years in July. And it started just kind of as like a little hobby. It wasn't supposed to be what it turned into. With my job as a dental hygienist, that was my main job. It just kind of was supposed to be a little side family friends type thing. And it just evolved and it turned into this crazy successful business that I just would have never imagined that's what it would be.
Well, I kind of love it because of the health benefits. So I know, like laying out with tinfoil and oil,
oil,
yes, all the things that's out in the
ruined
sun.
my skin, and I think as I'm aging now, I'm noticing it more
Exactly.
and more.
You don't
and I
notice it
never
first,
knew that I needed this, and now I
Exactly.
do. Now I'm past
Yep.
that point.
It gets
Yeah.
to the point that you're like, okay, now I need to start taking it seriously. But unfortunately, it's when we're young that we don't pay
Right.
attention to it, and then when we pay for it later. So.
Well, it's really kind of become mainstream also. It used to be just for like bodybuilders, but everybody's doing it.
Everyone. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I have all ages. I have men, women, every ethnicity. I've spray tanned basically everyone at this point. So
Really?
it's-
Other ethnicities?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Even if
Because
they
it,
have-
it doesn't have to be. That's a common misconception. Is I think a lot of people think, oh, a spray tan's gonna be super dark or it's gonna be orange or whatever. But we can customize it to each individual skin tone. So I could do a different mix for all of you, just depending on what your goals are. So depending on how dark you want to be, how dark your skin is when you come in, your ethnicity, like I said. So if you are more fair, if you're more tan to start with, we can customize it based off that and kind of your goals that way.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
How long do spray tans usually last?
So it all depends, I shouldn't say it all depends, but a big part of it depends on how you prep your skin. So I can do my most flawless, perfect job, and if you're not taking care of it the way you need to at home, then there's only so much I can do. I get a good 7 to 10 days out of most of my clients. I've had girls report all the way up to 2 weeks with their spray tans. It does take exfoliating really, really good with a good exfoliating mitt, not something that you get like a lot of the things that like
Not the loofah at the dollar store?
Not the loofah, no loofahs, not for exfoliating.
So before going in, do
What about a
really
sand
good.
blaster? Would that help?
Just like
So
etch your
why is
skin.
that so important, the exfoliation?
Yes, so the skin is covered with dead skin cells, as we all know. If you're getting off the dead skin cells before I spray you, then I'm working with a fresh layer of skin. If you have different shedding of your skin going on before you come in my door, then when I spray it on you, those skin cells are already turning over and ready to come off. So your tan's just not going to last as long as if it would if you had the fresh layer of skin. So
And I'm
you don't.
assuming you're telling this to people when they're booking, right?
Exactly,
Because I've had
yep.
many spray tans and I don't ever recall.
Exactly.
being
Yeah.
told
There's
this.
a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch that goes behind a spray tan that people don't even understand. Everyone just thinks, oh, it's just a spray tan, no big deal. But there's so much that goes into the prep and aftercare of a spray tan to get
Right.
the best results.
So how long does it take to dry when you spray somebody?
Yes. It's
Yeah, give us a start to finish.
Start
kind
to
of-
finish. That's
Yeah.
how-
Exfoliate, number one.
yeah, call me first and then we'll go from there. So yeah, so it does take, I mean, it does feel kind of stickier on the skin just because it does have moisturizing ingredients in it. So it's actually hydrating your skin versus drying your skin out. So you do leave kind of feeling a little bit sticky. You feel like you're messing it up when you get dressed. But I mean, you're good to get dressed and go as soon as I'm done with you. So
It's not going to rub off.
it can kind of rub off on your clothes a little bit, but it washes right out.
Okay, so if I were to come exfoliated, right, perfectly, and then I come in, there's a lot of viewers. Am I naked? Do I wear my swimsuit? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, no, you can
Okay.
wear whatever you're comfortable with. So
Okay.
I don't have any rules as to what you have to wear or don't have to wear. Whatever you feel best in is great with me, but you have to keep in mind tan lines. So whatever you have on your body while I tan you is what your tan lines will be. So if you have certain swimsuits that you want to make sure that are high enough, or you want to tuck your straps in or whatever, you just have to make sure that you're situated where you want to be before I spray you.
I'm also guessing you would want to wear clothing that's going to get ruined.
It'll wash right out, actually. So
It really
yeah,
does?
Yep. So you can wear whatever, and it should come right out of your clothes.
But I imagine I'd leave in a muumuu or something. Like, I would
Exactly.
be afraid of, like, I
Yes.
don't want to get, like, huge lines, like in my bra line or anything
Yeah,
right
so you
after.
do want to wear loose-fitting clothes to come to your tan. So like long sleeves and long pants, something that's dark. That way you don't have to worry about the color transfer. But yeah, just loose-fitting long sleeves, long pants. Just that way your skin's not sticking together. If you're touching your skin, that's where you can get the color transfer, and it can stain, leave like color transfer areas. So
Okay.
it's recommended to wear the long sleeves and long pants.
And then do you need to, when do we shower after? What's
Okay,
that
so
look
that's
like?
what's awesome is most of my products are rapid tans, meaning you can rinse them off as soon as you want, basically. So this tan that I have on now is very, very light. I left it on for an hour. So you don't have to wear it super long if you just want kind of a light glowy tan. I have girls that wear it all the way up to 12 hours. I have some that love 2, and anywhere in between. So the longer you wear the product, the darker it's going to go. So it kind of will help achieve whatever look you're aiming for.
Oh my
So
goodness,
that's
I
how
love
you
that.
tell. So that's how you gauge how dark you are. So you just give them the same spray, or maybe it's not
I
the same.
can, yeah, I customize it. Yeah, so I customize it based off their skin tone. So depending on what color goals they have, as well as like your skin tone. So like I said, I would mix it up differently for you than I would for her.
Right,
just
'cause
because you
someone
have
has a
different
yellow skin tone or
right,
something.
so different color theory and just color customizing
Okay.
it per skin tone. But I mean, for the dance studio girls, I spray them all with the same product, but I can kind of change the rinse off time depending on the desired outcome. But
Which I never
They're like
understood in the beginning. So we've seen Brooke for what, 8 years? I guess
Years.
5. Yeah,
Yeah, years.
I
we're rounding up.
29
because
years.
they're all uniform when they're dancing, and the color looks just so nice. And we've kind of learned through the years too that about 48 hours just so it sets in, and it's
Right.
what you go dressed in, the silk muumuu, the hair up, the a towel down where she's sleeping if you don't want, but they do wash. It washes right out.
Right.
But yes, but I do have to. I remember our very first experience. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember.
Yes, we were filming. We were actually filming, and I sent Barrett to have her spray tan for the very first
Oh,
time.
I remember this.
Do you remember this?
'Cause
Yes.
Keith went.
And I think Brooke asked, "How would your mom? How would your mom want it, the tan to look, whatever?" And she said, "Really dark."
The darker the better.
darkest.
And I was like, okay. I was like, that's what you normally do. Let's do it.
So she sprayed her twice, yes.
And
then-
she's already like,
And
she's already so
like,
dark.
Yeah, she's already
she's got
tan.
that olive
So did
skin.
She was tan.
She was very tan.
She was tan.
And because they tan without anything on, right, she went home and she showed Dad. She's like, look!
Very tan. Okay, so tell us like some of your costs, your price ranges, what you offer.
I try to be pretty competitive with my pricing. I don't want it to be unattainable for people. I know how good I feel with the spray tan on, so I want people to be able to do it when they feel like they want to versus like, oh, I can only get it for this certain special occasion because it's out of my price range. So I do start at $30 for students, so students can get a little bit of a discount, and then it starts at $35 for non-students, and it goes all the way up in price from there.
Wait, what kind of students are we talking?
Yeah, any student.
Student of life.
Oh yeah, girl, that's a discount.
I'm coming in.
We don't discriminate against
I'm coming
students.
in.
They're all welcome. Yep. So
Gain an education and get a spray tan.
exactly. Hey, we milk it
I'll
all we
look
can.
smarter. I think it'll make me look smarter.
Exactly. I love it.
Very affordable, very
And then these
private.
products,
Yes.
tell us about those.
Okay, so these are all my own private label products. So
Really?
they come in glass bottles. All of the glass bottles can be refilled. So when you run out of the product, you can bring it back and refill it for a cheaper price. They are all spray tan safe. So I often get questions like, hey, can I use this soap? Or is this spray tan safe? All of my stuff is. So I have all this in my studio. I have body washes and lotions and tan extending lotions, which will keep the life of your tan lasting longer. Or even if you don't have a tan on when you come, or I'm sorry, if you don't have a tan on and you want to build a tan, you can use the lotion. It's kind of like a Jergens type vibe, but it's a studio or a salon grade. So it can build your tan without having to get a spray tan because it does have DHA in it. DHA is the product or the ingredient that
Because
colors
I've
your
used
skin.
Jergens and I like it okay because the smell is good. But yeah, the build is
Exactly.
yeah.
So it can build a tan. And then this is my most popular one. This is the tanning water. So this one is like a mist that you spray on your face, chest, anywhere that'll keep the tan or, like I said, build the tan. So, and then this is just self tanner that flies off the shelf. Everyone loves that.
And it's a foam, it looks like.
It is. Yep. That one's a mousse. That one is actually the same formula as some of the products that I'm spraying on you. So sometimes we don't have time for a spray tan, or you're out of town, you need a touch up, or I mean, spray tans might not be for everyone. So I do have self
And
tanner.
the mousse, is that just rub it in your hands and put it on?
Yeah,
or
I
do
have
you
mitts,
recommend
yeah,
having
a good
mitt?
Do you recommend a mint?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes.
Yep. Yep.
The best
And
way
you
to
sell
do
the
it.
mitts?
I do. Yep, and the exfoliating mitt. So if you need to know what's a good exfoliating mitt, we have those too. Basically anything you need. I have sunscreen. Anything that you need for a spray tan to keep it safe, keep it lasting longer, keep your skin hydrated. We've got all of it. So.
You're amazing. And
Yes.
you just barely like boomed and like
Yeah,
did
it's
your
been
new
crazy.
salon in your
Yep.
basement, right?
Yep, I just did that. I was working out of my garage for years, and it did the job. And I actually built my business out there. So I hate to hate on it too bad out there because it was great and it didn't keep people from coming. So,
Right.
So
yeah.
what city do you live in and how
So
can we
I am in
contact you?
Benjamin.
'Kay.
But I'm just right a couple streets over the freeway, so not too far. I have Instagram, Branded Sunless is my Instagram. And then my number is 801-856-4917.
Brooke, are you offering discounts for our Studio Chatter viewers?
I am. So if you mention Studio Chatter, you'll get $5 off of your spray tan.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, we're gonna just add student discount.
Studio chatter
Studio
discount.
chatter discount.
Everyone needs a tan.
You may
We
be
love
paying
it.
Angela to come.
Perfect. That's great. We love it.
Oh, thank you, Brooke.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, guys.
Losing a leg in a hunting accident could certainly change the direction of a young man's life. And our next guest knows all about that. Welcome Hunter Rasmussen to the table. Welcome.
Thank
It's
you.
our Ras at the table.
Yes.
Okay, guys, near and dear to my sweetheart. This is Hunter, and him and Bo were really good friends growing up, and especially football kind of brought them all together. But he is an amazing soul, and he has got such a story to tell us. So just share a little bit about you,
Yeah.
your childhood,
Yeah.
and then your story.
I love to. So, I kind of had my childhood in Saratoga Springs, but I moved here in 9th grade. So I moved in, not really having many friends, and I was able to have friends through football, like she said, and other sports. And I was a 3-sport athlete, so I played baseball, football, and wrestling.
Wow.
And he was amazing. He's going to be humble, but he was good at all of them, guys.
He
is good at all of
Yeah,
them.
I love sports. Like that was my life, and that's I guess how I stayed out of trouble. You know.
That's good. That's great.
with sports. So, and I love them still. But as y'all know, I have had a little bit of an accident. So
It actually is coming up 6 months this month on the 22nd. 6 months since my accident. So
That's all?
yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking this has been years ago.
He is transitioning.
And you're 21.
beautifully.
Let's clarify with
21.
every. Okay, 21.
Yeah, I just turned 21 on May 26th, so just 2 weeks ago. So
Okay.
yeah, so the day before Thanksgiving, November 22nd, me and one of my really good buddies were hunting, duck hunting up at Schofield, and it was like the perfect morning ever. Like, you know, like I don't know if you guys can imagine like a really cold, crisp like Thanksgiving morning where you walk outside and the grass is like dew, but it's also like frozen over, but it's like clear skies and no wind.
Yeah.
It was like
nice.
gorgeous, right? And like I tell everyone, my chances of being like just the chances of that accident happening that day were so rare that I could have got struck by lightning that day, and it was clear skies, like it was blue skies. Like that's how just
Rare.
like crazy it was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he was walking behind me. We just got done cleaning everything up. We were getting ready to go, and we saw these ducks fly around the corner from us. So we walked around, and he went to see if it was gun safety, and obviously it wasn't. And so it hit me in the back of the leg, like right behind my kneecap. And immediately I dropped to the ground. I knew exactly what had happened because it was just me and him. And so right after that happened, I stood back up because I thought it hit my ankle at first.
It just dropped you.
Because it just dropped me so fast. And so I stood back up and I knew where we were at. I didn't have service. Like I knew that for a fact because I have a cabin up there. I've grown up there my whole life, and I just knew we didn't have service. So I went back there. I actually revisited this last month over my birthday weekend. And it's crazy to see how far I walked by that time. It was like 25 yards, we think, that I walked. And then I laid back down because he was like, dude, you got to get down. Like, you're bleeding out everywhere, right? Like and so he actually saved my life that day too, because he threw a tourniquet on me, like a makeshift tourniquet. And then, so we finally got service. We lost service probably 3 or 4 times with the cops up there and 911. And so we finally ended up calling my parents, and my dad knew exactly where I was, so they sent him there. As soon as they got there, it had been 45 minutes since I got shot. And I remember in that 45 minutes, I was on the ground, right, like a ton of pain. And I remember a thought came to my head that said, if you close your eyes, you might not wake back up again. And that's still to this day like the scariest thought I've ever had, right? Just thinking like, if I close my eyes and I lose consciousness, I might not wake back up.
Did you feel like it was a choice
Yeah.
or a warning?
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of both, where it's like, I definitely could have passed out if I wanted to. I remember there were so many times where I was just like, oh, I just want to go to sleep right now. You know what I mean? But I remember I had to keep moving around, like keeping myself awake.
I feel like being an athlete and just being aware of your own body and what it can manage or not maybe helped you as well in that
100%.
moment.
And like I think about it all the time, just all the effort and hard work I put into my body. It's like I was able to carry myself that far enough to get service, you know? And so I'm grateful for sports and what it did for me there. And so as soon as they got there, they checked me out after 45 minutes, like I said. Then they had Life Flight come, and by that time it was 1 hour and 15. And then by the time I got on the helicopter to the hospital, it had been 1 hour and 40 minutes. And so I was pretty delirious, but I was still with it. And so I remember right when I got there, my parents had just pulled up. Like right as the helicopter landed at Utah Valley, my parents had just pulled up. And they were like, hey, you're gonna be fine, like it'll all work out, you know? And in my head that time I was like it's just nerve damage, right? Because I knew I couldn't feel my foot. Like I could barely feel my knee still, but I couldn't feel my foot at all. And I remember they like cut my clothes off me, took me to emergency surgery. And over the next 3 days, they did 2 surgeries, which are called fasciotomies, where they cut your calves open because I had compartment syndrome. And so where my leg was just kind of swelling up like a balloon. And so they had to do that. And then as soon as they did that, they realized that my leg was dying and all the muscles in my body were just dying off because everything was pretty, like all the muscles and veins were pretty much gone, except that main artery that runs from your groin to your foot. That's the only thing that was intact, and let alone that was a miracle in itself. But everything else is just gone. And so my leg just basically ended up dying. And so they basically gave me like a choice where it's like, you're either going to die from like the toxins being left in your body from your body dying, or you're gonna have to get your leg amputated. And it was a pretty, I mean, it was a pretty like, I don't know,
Cut and dry
decision, you know, black and white.
But
And so,
how to be done so fast? I'm sure that process
oh yeah,
is tricky, right?
It was like bang, you know.
So 2 days later.
Well, so 3 days with those 2 surgeries, and then 5 days later they told me that. And
okay.
then I had the surgery a week later because we had to wait for a certain doctor. So I was sick with 105-degree fever for 6 days. And so I didn't sleep for almost 6 days. And so after that surgery, it was way better. And then they thought they're gonna have to go up higher because my leg was continuing to die behind my knee. And then
Did they amputate from above the knee or below the knee?
below.
Below the knee, okay.
Below. So they thought they were gonna have to go above after they did that surgery. And so after that surgery, they went back like a couple days later, and my leg was dying again, like behind my knee, like where the initial shot was. And so I just remember thinking like, this sucks, you know, but I remember I had a conversation with my parents and some of my church leaders, and they're like, everything's gonna work out, right? And so I kind of had made that decision, like, it's gonna be fine. If that's what God wants me to do, I'll do it, right?
Did that feel hard?
So
that
hard.
you're in this situation and it's like they are think everything's gonna be fine, but you're like, but here I am,
Right,
and you're in fever and
Yeah.
having to make these tough choices.
right, yeah. It was definitely hard, but I think, you know, I think that everything happens for a reason. That's kind of the mindset I have, you know. And so fast forward a couple days after they had told me that they're thinking about going higher, they rechecked it and everything was good. Like everything was red and viable tissue. And so then they sent me home that day.
Oh,
and that's just
I
2
remember
weeks.
that. We did like
Yeah.
a fast and just like
Yeah.
lots of love and prayers. But I mean, I owe it to God and to Hunter for what he's been able to accomplish. This young man is strong, and he's got the kindest soul, the best heart. I couldn't think of anyone else that God could put in this position that could then share the message after so beautifully.
Yeah, thank
Sorry.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was 2 weeks to the day of before Christmas, which I was super grateful for because I thought I was gonna have to spend the Christmas and New Year's in the hospital, which I had already missed Thanksgiving alone, you know, which is like one of my favorites because I love food. But so then I've been able to kind of turn this around, and I kind of want to look outwards, and I didn't realize how many people are in the same situation or even worse situations than I am. And so I've had really cool opportunities to speak and share my story, which has been an amazing experience. And I have a couple more that are coming up this month, a couple of firesides that I'm doing in Bear Lake and one in Beaver. And it's just been really cool to be able to share my story and to see people, I guess, be inspired by my actions and not necessarily my words. I feel like people are like, yeah, your words are great, but it's more or less my actions, you know. And I think that saying that your actions speak louder than your words is very true, and I've seen that come to pass now, especially as I have still been able to go to the gym and, you know, still being able to ride a horse, like do the things that I love to do. I know that it'll come with time because it's like I got on crutches, and then as soon as I figure out the crutches, I got a knee crutch, which is way better than crutches. Now I was like at ground zero again, you know. And then I am going through a process right now where I've been really good on the knee crutch, where I actually hiked like 9 miles out in Nevada.
Oh my gosh.
You're not serious.
I'm serious. I hiked 9 miles out in Nevada with a knee crutch on, and then I have a prosthetic now. So now I'm getting used to my prosthetic, and it's like ground zero again. Like I'm walking like a 95-year-old grandpa with it on.
That is so
You know?
inspiring.
And so it's like, it's just
I
crazy
feel
how.
ashamed that I have good legs and I
can't even go on a walk.
Oh, 9
Well, I
miles.
love your spirit because I
Thank
think
you.
a lot of people could be very bitter. You could be very angry. I'm sure you've gone through all of those emotions, and the fact that in such a short amount of time that you've been able to turn it around and inspire others. Just in the time that we've spent with you, when you can feel that strong spirit, and you'll keep inspiring other people, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Could you share the quote that I loved that you had been?
Yeah, change. Gosh, now I just forgot it.
I know.
Change what you are to who you want to be is pretty much what the quote is. Meaning like, who you are right now means you can be someone better, right? You can inspire other people. And I think as I've gone through this, I've realized that we are so, like, we can be way better than who we like really think we can be, like physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever, right? Like the human body is amazing, you know. Change who you are, change what you are to who you want to be. Is kind of the gist of the quote.
And sometimes
so.
you're given like something like this, like a trial that really like changes that. But I think for the everyday person, like it made me like think as a 50-year-old woman, like I can still change. I can still become who I might need to be just by taking a quick action step.
Right. Yeah.
But-
Well, you're creating more control for, I mean, you didn't have control over what happened to your leg,
Yeah.
but you have honed in on what you do have control over and teaching other people that, hey, you still have such a power that you do have control over your life and what you can become and the way you can see things.
Right.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's hugely inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a big gift.
Thank
We
We
you.
share
love you,
with
Hunter.
others.
I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to see what the next 5 years has in store. I just feel like you're just going to keep growing and changing lives.
Thank you.
Well, we would love to give you another mug in 5 years. So you do come back and visit us, yes.
I have seen some really cool costumes that you can do
Oh.
with one leg,
So cool.
like a flamingo
Yeah.
and stuff, and like a pirate. That people
He's
just
on it, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, there's things that we can't do that you
No.
can.
Nope.
This is
You're gonna
true.
have one
It was
up on
nice
us.
to meet you,
No,
Hunter.
it's nice
Thanks
to meet
for
you.
joining
Yeah,
us.
thanks for
We love
having
you,
me.
bud.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Spanish Fork has been a strong supporter of the Miss America program, including our Little Miss girls. Recently, the 2024 competition was held and 4 young ladies were crowned along with their service queen counterparts. Let's welcome Grace Williams, Little Miss Teen, June Anderson, Little Miss Preteen, and Lizzie Christensen, one of the 3 service queen teens, to the table. Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Okay, first of all, I'm very jealous of the tiaras. Okay, I would like one day. Do you enjoy wearing them?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this your
Favorite piece.
first thing you're doing together? Or have you already done something?
This is our first thing. Yeah.
Good.
We're your first
Okay.
gig.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so you
Good.
get this one check. Okay, so tell us, how long did you guys have to prep to do this competition? Have you your whole lives, or should we start here?
Oh, for me, probably like since my mom signed me up for it, I've just been practicing the whole time until the pageant. So
Izzy, what was your talent?
I played guitar and sang.
Oh,
Okay.
had to bring your guitar.
was it scary?
Yeah.
It was. Did you do well?
Yeah, I
I
think so.
imagine so. Okay, good. What did you do?
For my talent, I did a dance to Hold On. It was a lyrical dance and I really loved it.
Did you love it?
Did your mom choreograph it?
There were a lot of people that did it.
It takes a village,
Awesome.
right? It takes a
Yeah.
bunch. How long have you prepped for this pageant?
Well, I did it a few years ago too, and so that helped with it because I knew what was going to happen. But we also started prepping that kind of right away so that I could get as much in as I needed to.
And
That's
June,
good.
how old are you?
I'm 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Emma, how old are you?
This is Grace.
Yeah.
Why did I say Emily is your mom? Okay, yeah.
We're old. We're so sorry.
Said yes.
Grace.
Grace, how old are you?
I'm 13.
13.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your talent?
I danced,
Okay.
and it was a song called Learning to Fly. And I loved the dance. And like June said, I had a lot of people help me with it.
Okay.
Yes. And I did the pageant when I was 8. And so I kind of knew what was going to happen. And then I did it when I was 12. And I kind of knew what was going to happen then too. So now I knew what was going to happen.
Did it seem less scary this go around for you guys?
Yeah, kind of.
Izzy, was this your first pageant? or
I
did
also
you-
did it last year.
Okay, so you all had a little inkling of what it was.
Yeah.
So I'll direct this to you then. What brought you back to wanting to compete again?
So last year, the pageant before this one, I had a lot of fun and I made a lot of friends doing it. And I just loved everyone who helped with it, and I just had a really great experience. So
Okay.
That's huge.
And then
It
to
really
both of
is.
you also, what is the pageant experience that you love the most?
I really love that there's like a bunch of other girls that I get to be with, and then a bunch of new people that I get to meet and be friends with.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like the confidence boost everyone around you gives. Like, everyone is super kind, whether they know you or not. And so I just really like everyone there and how kind they are.
And I can sense from you guys that you are, like, your heart is of gold and so kind of, like, just listening to them and being by you.
Just good people.
Yeah, and I know you a little bit and all that you've given back to the community. Tell a little bit about that, like in a 1 minute, your service project you did recently.
Yes, so I wanted to be the sponsor for the Miss and Mr. Extraordinaire pageant this summer, and I actually raised a little bit too much money while I was
Go
Darn
figure.
it.
for the sponsor. And so I decided to give it to the junior high I'll be attending next year for the special needs program, and now they get to go on awesome field trips and buy fun items.
Oh my gosh.
amazing.
Yeah.
What a confidence booster there.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really cool.
for sure.
And what about this summer? What are you looking forward to this summer?
Fiesta days.
I was
Yes.
going to say the parades. Do you guys get to be on the float?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, coordinating outfits today, which I totally
But
love.
they didn't.
But they did. You guys
They did
didn't?
not coordinate.
What?
Yeah.
Like the tweed in these?
I know.
Ladies,
the
I'm
blues,
impressed.
and their eyes are blue.
I showed up in black and they made me change to white.
She keeps saying that. We did not
We
make her.
didn't force the change.
No, it was better. It was better. So you guys get to be on a float. What else do you guys get to do at Fiesta Days? Do you know yet?
Kind of just be there. Just
be
have
there?
fun.
Do you
Hang out
get
with
to
Miss
perform
Spanish
your
Fort?
talents at all
Yeah, I
during that
think we get
time?
to in the park after the parade.
After the parade in the park?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite times,
Izzy,
guys.
I wanted to ask you a little bit. You're the service queen.
Yeah.
So what on earth does that mean? Explain that to the
for
viewers.
the pageant, everyone raises donations for Tabitha's Way. And so basically I just, out of my group, I raised the most donations
Okay.
and for Tabitha's Way, and so that makes me the service queen.
Do you know number-wise, like what that looked like?
I
How
don't-
many items that
I don't
we
know.
gathered?
I just knew it was a lot.
It was a lot. I swear I saw something on Instagram like over 10,000
10,000 items.
Is that right?
Yes.
Girls, that's
Congratulations.
amazing. That really is amazing. Changing lives, not just getting tiaras, right? Changing the world.
Okay, I wanted to ask, I know you have such good examples in your mothers, and you couldn't have done this without them. So I want to hear from each of you. We'll start here and go down. What is one of the things you admire about your mom?
Everything.
Everything.
Yes. She is just the best, and she always brings out my confidence.
Love that.
Yeah.
Julie.
I would probably say what Grace said, and I really like that she's always trying to make it so that I get a better relationship with her, because I know that that's a really important thing to have a relationship with them.
Oh, I love that.
I love that my mom has just been super kind and supportive through this whole process, and she's just made me feel good about everything that I've done.
Good message to all moms to just boost up our daughters and lift them where we can then, right?
So we were also talking about Miss Utah Week. So I think Miss Utah Week is coming up this week, and this will probably air after the fact. But are you planning to attend some of those events this coming week?
I am, yes.
Okay.
So I'm actually Azure Talbot's little Miss Utah. So I'm like one of her little misses. So I'm going to get to go with her.
So you get to be on the stage like the whole week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Are you scared? Are you excited?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm really excited too.
It'll be fun. I'm
How
sure they'll tell you
exciting for
all
a
what to do.
9-year-old, right? To have that experience. Like, this will change your life. You'll remember it until you're 50. Truly, you'll always remember it, and it'll be another confidence booster. I love it.
Okay, what would you girls say if there's girls out there that haven't done the pageant, that maybe want to do the pageant, but they're a little bit nervous or scared? What advice would you give?
Oh, I think they definitely should do it, because I know I was nervous, but I had the first year I didn't get in the royalty, and I was sad, but I obviously did it again. I loved it. I just think every girl should do it, even if they're don't think they have a talent, or just go out there and try their best, because it was such an amazing experience for me.
I think that they should do it, and because I know that it was a really fun experience for me, and I think that every girl should have that experience and get to have that happen to them.
I definitely think that they should do it, even if they're scared, because I know there's judges, but they're not judging you. They're just seeing what kind of person you are, and it doesn't really matter what they think, because you're just awesome who you are. And so I think they should definitely do it no matter what.
I love it. Doing hard things
Yes.
makes you grow, right? And changes you into something even better. So I admire you girls. I don't think when I was your age I would have dared do it. So thank you.
Well, we love seeing you out in the community. So I know obviously that there's the parade. I believe that there's activities in the park. Are there still activities in the park that you help with?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the other smaller children.
On Children's Day,
Yeah.
you'll be at the flag retirement ceremony.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Just be involved all summer. Before we wrap up, tell us each, what's one thing besides Fiesta Days that you're really looking forward to? You have 12 weeks out of school. What are you going to do with it?
Oh,
Summertime.
I don't even know. Just friends and
Hang out with friends?
yeah. Well, we've been really busy, so I'm excited to have some time to just like lay down for a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah.
I love her. My kind of gal.
Mom, I need a break.
Right?
I really love reading books too.
Ooh, my type of gal.
Even better, right?
So I want to finish some books that I have too, and I'm really excited for the rodeo too.
I'm just really excited to be able to hang out with friends too, and to just be outside. And yeah.
I know, it's finally good weather, right? We got it, guys. Well, you're beauties. Total beauties,
Inside and out.
out.
Yep.
Yep, I would agree. So,
Best of luck. Have so much fun and enjoy this experience. It'll go by so fast, as you know, because you've had experiences in previous years. It's going to fly by.
We'll see you in the community, right? Thanks so much, ladies.
thank you.
We sure had a variety of topics today. What did you learn? Who wants to start?
I loved that we met with people who just were very motivated, very much took control of their lives and did something that was kind of out of the ordinary, out of the box. You know, the pageant girls, that was kind of out of the box, like learning how to walk on one leg and overcoming that.
Stepping out of comfort zones, right?
Spray tanning, naked people. No, just kidding.
But when you have a really, she has a good degree though.
She had
hygienist.
Yeah, she
I worked with her for a little bit at Clower Dental, and she was an
to do
amazing
something-
hygienist.
Yeah, just to do something different, and then she's successful at that. I mean, just how cool. And then Gavin, of course, with Flex. I'm always going to be doing this Flex landscaping.
Because a bunch of football
Bring the boys out and do my lawn.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of youth.
Yeah, a lot of
like
youth
bringing
being
the
like
forward,
really
Motivated
great.
youth.
I'm feeling like I've underperformed in my life now. Just a little bit.
Just a little? Yeah.
I mean, Gavin could conquer the world. Let's just be honest. That kid's going to go up and beyond. But like how respectful and kind of like not wanting it for nothing, not afraid of hard work, and then paying his dad back for helping him like purchase more equipment. I just love his ethics, I guess. With
Yeah, and
everything.
him saying, I'm not charging top dollar. Like, I want to offer a service for people to be able to afford it.
Totally. And Sweet Hunter, I mean, he just has my heart. That kid is just, he's always just been a really fun, good kid, hardest worker on the field. Always just wants to excel, but was always just such a good friend. Like when Bo
is more
needed a good
important.
friend that senior year, they've come off COVID, so many changes, and they just gathered with each other. And I give it to him. You could
Super
really
inspirational.
really crumble, and he just stepped up and just, really inspiring a lot of people.
That's awesome.
Well, speaking of crumble,
No, did you say really crumble?
I really did, and I really didn't know. Wow. My
Like, is she leading into
and
the
a
crumble?
variety of
this
yes,
is
and a variety.
perfect.
That's the perfect segue. So I'm actually stealing this idea from Aubrey Brower. So I'm calling you out. She had a fun little TikTok with her and her mother the other day. So I guess that Crumble has mini Mondays. So everybody has been excited about the mini cookies at Crumble, but they're only offered on Mondays.
Okay.
And her and her mom were doing a sampling in the car, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop by and get the girls some minis, and we're going to start sampling.
I'm game.
I like minis.
So, yeah,
minis
so they're-
makes me not feel guilty.
So they're very mini, and they were only
think
actually
they're
They're normal size.
So you can get them, I think, in a 3-pack, a 6-packs, or a 12-pack. But I think we're sampling tonight. I think it's like a blueberry pancake,
Wow.
a peanut butter something or other, the kitchen sink, I think they were calling it, and then a mint chocolate chip.
Oh, that's my favorite ice cream.
But I love the size. So
Do you want us to take
and
a
then-
whole cookie or cut them in half?
Well, I kind of was
cut
just
them
going
into
to, yes,
fours?
we were going to sample, and if you wanted to give your
okay.
opinions or anything, but we had to have 2 of the chocolate ones because the other full-size cookie this week
Cut 'em in half,
was like
or
a
fourth.
cake, like a toffee cake, I want to say, but that doesn't come in the sample size.
Oh, it
So-
doesn't.
Toffee cake cookie?
No, so that they
It was an
just
actual
make
cake.
like kind of in a cupcake. It's not really a cookie. So when they have the menu
They're
for the
venturing
week,
out a little bit. But I like this idea.
We're going
I
to start with
because
mint
they're-
chocolate chip.
Okay.
Stacey,
If you
we
don't
might not
like
have time.
mint,
I love mint.
my son-in-laws do not like mint mixed with anything.
Is it just on a normal chocolate chip cookie?
Your son-in-laws, and how do their wives feel about that?
I don't know. My people like
do you
mint.
think?
I like it. Is it just on a normal chocolate chip cookie?
Maybe.
I think it's maybe just the frosting. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's like blue. It's like Tintin.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
See, but I already see a prank in this cookie, right?
Okay.
No,
Take the
there's
frosting.
no prank. I was
Take
actually
no.
I thought it was,
You get one, take the frosting off. You tell them it's a mint one. You put toothpaste on the top.
Oh my gosh. No wonder where her son's got the frog.
right?
Right?
Yes.
Totally unrelated. It's from
Oh,
Kevin.
whoopsie.
There goes the butter.
Is this the blueberry pancake?
I did a couple of them.
Not bad.
Where's
I'm gonna put a little dollop on there.
it's a blueberry something or other.
Blueberry and
Yeah.
then the kitchen sink.
And then this one's the kitchen
that's a
sink,
lot
and
of-
then the regular chocolate chip that we
Put a little on there.
love.
Blueberry, ma'am. Sorry, Natasha.
But this
you're
is like
good.
supposed to look like
you're not
butter,
gonna
but
get
it's
one.
frosting on the top.
I like actual
I love
blueberries. I don't know if is it good?
I like that one. I think
I
I,
do
like
like
it
it.
better.
I do too.
I do like that one.
All right,
And you cut up the next one. Is
we're
this
losing
one?
time here.
Kitchen
Get to
sink.
the and then the peanut butter. Mm-hmm.
Should I do this one? Oh, here. Get that one.
I don't want to touch all your cookies.
Okay.
Okay, kitchen sink.
This is kitchen sink.
We'll be forced to do this every Monday.
Gosh.
I like
Okay,
it.
I like this one a lot.
What do you think is in the kitchen sink?
Nuts.
I know what's in my kitchen sink. It doesn't
Coconut,
taste the
maybe?
same.
Okay,
A little bit of caramel.
cut the peanut butter. Okay. That's it.
That's
there you
good.
go.
Very good.
Hey, I
Very
like
good,
it.
huh?
It's
Yeah,
really good.
Natasha.
Yeah, thank you.
Even if it's
Late
just
happy
super
birthday.
good.
There's your treat, right?
Oh yeah. Happy birthday.
We exposed you to the tiny cookies and some really great guests today.
Yes, you
Yep,
did.
we did.
Thanks for being here with us. We hope you've enjoyed the program. If you learned something new, please tell a friend about us.